Hello and Happy New Year, and welcome to the first video of 2022, and I am delighted to be back in my new look shack. As you can see behind me, we've finished doing the tiling. I think it looks absolutely mint. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But let's dive straight into the first video, which is some beef short ribs on the Traeger Ranger.
Now, beef ribs are fast becoming one of my favourite dishes to cook on the weekend now. I find it's a great equivalent to brisket and it's a fraction of the price. So when the Traeger Ranger turned up here, I really wanted to try a nice low and slow cook and see how it performed. So we've got a lovely set of USDA prime beef short ribs. So we're going to head over to the bench and I'm going to show you how to prep those now.
Okay, so here is our rack 4-bone USDA prime beef short ribs. So these should be really nicely well marbled once we remove this top layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the top layer. If you don't know how to do this, I will leave a link at the top there to check it out. So all the fat now trimmed off. You can see there is some nice marbling on that. There is a fat vein that runs all the way through there. It does go quite thin, so I've decided to leave that on there. We're going to be seasoning with Texas AF, and then we're going to add some garlic powder to it and some extra pepper in true Texas style, same way as I've done those other ribs. So we're just going to sprinkle this over the top. Then we're just going to go over with our garlic powder, just a little bit of that. And then we're just going to add in a little bit more pepper over the top. And that is all seasoned. We're just going to leave that now on the side for about 15-20 minutes just to soak in while we go fire up the Traeger.
So we're seasoning with the classic Texas AF, which is my favourite seasoning, and I absolutely love it when I'm using an offset. So it'll be interesting to see whether the flavours from the Traeger and the wood pellets get anywhere near what sort of an offset flavour you would get from the smoked oak that I would use normally.
Okay, so we're just going to set this to 110 and let that come up to temperature. Okay, so it's at that 110 mark. Let's chuck this on and we're just going to close it down and pop back in about 3 hours. Okay, so we're at the 3-hour mark and you can see we've got some nice meat retraction on the bone there and we've got a nice bark starting to form. So we're just going to start spritzing with our apple vinegar cider and soy that I use. And then we're just going to pop back in another couple of hours. Okay, so we're at the 6-hour mark and it's really probing nicely. We're only at the 85 mark, so we've got a little bit of time to go yet. We're not going to wrap, but you can see the bark is really starting to form nicely. So we'll pop back in another couple of hours. Okay, so we're now about 8 hours in, still haven't wrapped. We're probing 87, 88, so we're at a bit of a stall, but the bark is really looking nice. So I'm just going to give these another spray and then we'll come back in about another hour or so and we'll see where we're at. So you can see these are just probing, it's just falling through its own weight going through. These are really feeling like, I would say, sort of peanut buttery butter. Really nice. So we're going to get these off, we're going to wrap them into the Yeti and we're going to rest them for the next 3 hours.
So that's the ribs all rested in the Yeti. Let's get them on the bench, let's slice them up and let's see how we done.
Okay, so you can see we've got a really nice bark on it, just like the proper Texas style. So we're going to slice straight down the middle. You can feel the sponginess of the fat on these ribs, really good. Get this one out as well, just slices through like butter. Now, just look at that. And just look at that beefy goodness right there. It's got a nice smoke ring on it and it is really juicy. Really happy with how that's turned out for a pellet grill.
Cool, they were absolutely phenomenal ribs. Really happy with how the bark turned out on them. The flavour had some really nice smoky flavour from the Traeger pellets that they use. Was really happy with how that turned out. I absolutely love that little Traeger Ranger. I think it's an absolutely quality little grill, and to be able to run it on like a Jackery or something like that is absolute game changer. So there you go guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and join me next time for another edition of Will's Grill Shack. Thank you for watching.